Hello everyone. Today let's go over a medium question that I solved a couple minutes ago. This one is not a premium question and it's called Expressive Words. You can see a little bit of companies are asking this question. So let's go over it. So sometimes people repeat letters to represent extra feeling. For example, hello is with 3 E's and 2 extra O's, and I here has 3 extra I's. So essentially they're asking you to return the number of words that are stretchy, that you can stretch based on certain rules to make the key. And you just have to sort of play around with the test cases with this one because the wording is very confusing, I found. And essentially they're asking you if you have 3 or more of that frequency of the in the key, then you can basically make the lesser frequency character in the same order equal to that character. So it's easier to just show you, but if you know of the group by function in Python, this becomes easier. So let's create a key first. So let's do this. So for AB in group by S, so A is just going to get, let's call this the letter, and then the frequency is going to be the length of the list of B. And let's print this to see. Okay, as you can see, it's H1, E3, L2, O3. Cool, so now let's append this to our key sublist. We're gonna make like a matrix here, and it will make sense in a second why I'm doing this, but now you can see we have a nice ordering of the letter and the frequencies of each letter inside of S in order from left to right. So now let's actually try to answer this question of how many stretchy words we have. So let's declare a variable called result, and let's iterate over our words list, so a bunch of strings. And first, let's try to see what's going on. So now, okay, so because these can be of different lengths than the input string, you have to be a little bit careful. So as you can see right here, I is not a stretchy letter because it's not in the input string, so let's take care of that first. So for character in W, a current word, if character is not in S, let's declare a flag to indicate whether it is stretchy or not, because we're just going to be incrementing the result once if it is. And we're just going to filter by all the conditions. So if it's not an S, then we already know it's not true, right? And we're not going to be incrementing result. On the other hand, we can actually do the same thing, right? We can create like a current sublist and group by as well. So A, B, and group by, W instead. Again, the letter is A, the frequency is the length of list of B, and same thing, append. Cool, so let's print the key and let's see what it looks like. Print current. Cool, so now we got this nice sublist that we can line up. And if you make some observations, you will notice that I is not inside of S. That's why, because the length, and also if the length, like if this current word is longer than S, it also becomes false because you can't stretch that to make S. So we can go ahead and say that. So if length of W is bigger than S, flag equals to false. And now we can go over our current sublist. And because these can be of different sizes, let's just make sure that we're not out of bounds of either one. So if I is less than length of current and I is less than length of key, now we have to check if current I0, which is like H, or which is like H here, for example, current I0 is equal to key of I0, then at least we're on the right page. We have a possibility to become true or stay true. And then now if the like we said here, if the current I1 is less than key I1, and if key I1 is bigger than or equal to 3, then we can't use it, it seems like. Yeah, just making sure here, this can get a little tricky. So flag would be false. And then in the other case, if current I0 is not equal to key I0, then we have a different character. We can also set flag to false. And I think after this, we can just say so after this loop, right, if flag is still true, then increment result. And then we can return result for that particular word, right? Okay, length of S. So 0 instead of 1. Okay, so hello gets hello. So this one is able to be stretched because it looks like E is not bigger than or equal to 3. So we're not looking at the key, actually, it seems like. We're looking at the current word. So if current I1 is bigger than or equal to 3, then flag equals to false. And then, okay, we're still getting 2. Cannot extend because the group LL is not size 3 or more. Okay. So here, I guess we can also just, yeah, if it's less than, so if, let's add another conditional, if current I of 1, or if key I of 1 is less than 3, flag equals to false. Okay. If its group is not size 3 or more, okay. Okay, so if current of I1 is less than, okay, let's do that. We already did that here. If key of I1 is less than 3, flag equals to false. You really just have to play around with these test cases. Okay, now the other edge case, if, like I said, if length of so because we know that each sublist will be of a unique key or 0th index, if the length of current is not equal to length of key, flag equals false as well. Okay. H1, 3. Output is 1, expected is 0. Okay. 3 or more. Okay. So here, yeah, it looks like we can do that. Or if, I guess, if current I if current I1 is bigger than key of I1, flag equals false as well. Okay, almost there, but Flag is false. So we're just going through all these different conditions. If length of this is bigger than length of S, then return false. Yep. It was supposed to be 100. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay, so now let's get back to this. Let's run this, and again, there's some edge cases that were failing. KYY. Oh, maybe. Is it? Equals false if K is less than 3. Bigger than S. Flag is false if character W. Yep. S flag is false. Current is not equal to length of key. Maybe that's not what we want. No, but it is. Okay. Because I always thought that if the length, like we have a letter that's not in there. It's less than key of I1. And if okay, let's print the current is else flag equals false. Nope. Okay, we're setting something to false that we don't need to set. If current I0 is not equal to key I0, maybe it's gonna come later? No. Key I1 is less than 3. Oh, no. This is... There we go. Yeah, so I read the instructions wrong. Just have to play around with it a little bit, but it's not about the current. This refers to the key itself. So yeah, this is more of a reading exercise than anything, and it's kind of confusing, but hopefully that made sense, and thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more.